In new cash, we brought in 20K. Well, last week I maybe worked 3 hours. We went from 50K, 55, to 143 in 4 or 5 months.
What's going on, guys? Caleb here, and I'm here with Ben. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah, we did one of these a couple months back, but things have progressed a bit since then.
Drastically, massively.
And today we're going to talk about just sort of the experience with, I'd say working together or working with me with, well, I'm your fractional sales consultant.
Correct.
But I think it's also speaking to, I think, just the power of kind of this model, this way of operating.
Absolutely.
Because I'd say you've used a lot of the stuff that I even teach in the program as well.
Absolutely,
for the
yeah.
business. So, but yeah, kick it off for people who don't know who you are. What do you sell? Who do you sell it to?
Well, my name is Ben. I run a marketing agency in the real estate space. I started this business when I was 15. I'm 19 now. For the past 4 years, we've have our ebbs and flows as with any business. To skip all the boring stuff, one of the biggest constraints that we had last year in 2023 was the fact that I couldn't get out of sales. I mean, we've tried 2 other sales consultants. But for some reason, we just could not scale past 50K a month because of the fact that the talent we had was just terrible or not as good as we'd like them to be. And the processes in place, that means the data tracking and the management leadership, was not where I wanted it to be, and that's what I believe is the biggest bottleneck that prevented us from scaling past 50K. And after bumping my heads and wanting to throw in the towel, we'll actually take a step back. In December 2023, we had the worst month we've ever had at the agency, where we only cash collected 10K the entire month, right? So, I mean, to give context, that's what we're trying to aim for every 2 days. So it's 9-day difference. So it's 15 times the output per month. And then in January this year, 2024, we signed up with Caleb. First month was a little shaky as always. We went from...
well, I'd even say, before even going into signing, where were you at as a founder prior? Because I think that was the most interesting piece.
I was me and my sales team. We were, by sales team I mean one setter. We were both mentally checked out. He was ready to quit. I was ready to quit. Client success team, they were pretty happy because they were making money.
And so your CS has been probably the most stable part of the
Yes, my CS team has been very, very stable. I mean, the only reason we survived that month was because we were piffing on the back end. That's the only reason we survived. But yeah, back in January, we signed up. We were trying to dial in all of our pieces, our team, recruiting, all that stuff. We ended the month, so from 50K total revenue, we went to 68,000. In January, the month after that, in February, we did 97K, so we almost not doubled, but like 80% increase in revenue, which is not bad in 30 days. And then the month after that, we went from 97K to 141. And then in April, which was last month, it's May right now, we did 143. So right now, we're just coasting around that 140 to 150K per month. We've been more profitable than we have been in the existence of this company. I'm working less. I mean, the challenge that me and Caleb always make fun of is that I've worked so hard to get out of the business. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do with the free time. So we make this joke where I'm creating problems just so I stay busy.
Yeah, and I would even say, I mean, one, it was an incredibly fun journey, and I think two, I feel like maybe, I mean, what were your thoughts for even, you're here in Colombia, obviously, right? But from when we started in December to now, I mean, how much work have you done over the last couple of weeks?
Well,
or even week, I would say.
Well, last week, to give context, I maybe worked real productive work, 3 hours. Maybe, and that's the entire week.
And how much did the business bring in?
And the business in total, in new cash, we brought in 20K.
So 20K with 3 hours worth of work.
With
not too bad.
Not even productive work, just busy.
Check-in, maintenance.
Busy work pretty much. Genuinely taking a step back for me, I genuinely never thought this was possible because I've always been in the mindset of nobody can sell my product better than I can. And then we bring on a closer with Caleb's help, train him up, ramp him up. And in 2 weeks, he's beaten my personal cash collected record and closing record, which is crazy. Now the fact that, now that I'm out of sales calls, I was figuring out cool, what's the next step? And Caleb was talking to me about training him to become a sales manager and just get off of sales team calls as a whole. That was my limiting belief, that I didn't think that was possible either. But one thing I've learned working with Caleb is that, about myself at least, is that I don't know if things are possible until they actually happen. So now we're in a position where I don't have to be on sales. I mean, I used to wake up at 4:30. Now I wake up 10 minutes before the huddle.
I would say there was many moments in which I think there was ideas that were given early on that it took a while to really see in practice.
Oh, absolutely.
30 days, 60 days, or another problem arises but resolves itself, and it's like you see how kind of building things properly the right way.
And the beautiful thing is that I'm seeing things sort of get together or fix itself from a high level overview as opposed to like being in the trenches. So to me, that's pretty cool. But yeah, now we're just trying to figure out what the next step for me is because if I don't find something to do, I might sabotage these companies.
Or get lost here in Colombia with all the things that there is to do. And if you were to break that down, I mean, what do you feel like were the biggest insights or the things that you, I guess, what were your expectations coming in? And then,
well, if I lose 5K, I lose 5K and don't trust anybody else again.
And then, and then how did you feel about the actual experience itself, I guess, in sort of how it was? I mean, you kind of talked to the whole journey that it went through.
100%.
I think through that, there was obviously many moments where there was things that, it's weird how much you don't know until you become aware of it, and then you learn it in the moment. And so I remember when we started, there was kind of this big, like, you're just not aware of how much you don't know, and it makes it hard to put value or priority on those things until you get hit in the face with them or until you witness them over time.
Yeah, so the biggest thing that I've learned, I'd say, is that first off, change requires change. If you want to change your situation, you have to change your whatever you say on that.
With however much resistance it might be met with.
Exactly. Another thing I've learned about myself is that I feel like if you want to get a sales team that actually produces, you have to level up as a leader first. I think that's one of the biggest challenges that I ran into when I first started, is that I didn't know what a good leader looks like. And if you're a shitty leader, your sales team's not going to respect you, and you're definitely not going to produce any sales. Another thing is it's better to fail and learn from it than just try to make the perfect.
That was a big one with hiring, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I was like, bro, just hire him, just bring him in. It's like, but I don't want somebody who's bad. It's like, look, even if they're bad, you're not going to figure that out until they've come in, tried to do the work, and then churn them out or we fire them. So
exactly. The biggest thing is to fail fast and fail forward. Yeah. That's the biggest thing I've learned, and being okay with failing, right? Last year I was scared to make mistakes and scared to, I wanted everything to be perfect. But the thing is, especially in business, it's not going to be perfect. And that's something that I had to admit and really understand. So that was the biggest thing. Another thing I'd say is, the biggest thing is moving fast.
Yeah.
Right? Being okay with moving fast,
and I would say it did move really fast. I mean, from 10K to 90 to 130 to 140.
Yeah, I mean, we
160.
We achieved my ideal situation that last year took me an entire year to try and figure it out, to being able to condense into 3 weeks, 4 weeks of me being fully off calls.
Yes, and that was the first milestone, but then I think also seeing that you releasing control from that and still seeing growth is also possible.
That's
every moment. I remember in Slack, it's like, bro, if I step back, I'm sure like the business is going to fall apart. It's not going to continue to grow.
And I'm still running into that right now. I'm like, I'm not working enough. And it doesn't feel right. So
what would you say for anybody who's considering partnering or working?
Well, if you are another business owner needing help building a sales team, I'll tell you this. We went from 50K, 55 to 143 in 4 or 5 months. So that, I don't know if that doesn't tell you need to work with Caleb, I don't know what does, because at the end of the day, we're here to make money.
Yeah.
If you are a fractional sales consulting student where you're doing this for other people, understand that the impact you would make to business owners like me, you won't be able to find in these coaching programs, right? One of the things I love about this fractional sales consulting thing is that it's different from anything else that is on the market, in the sense where everything that's on the market, like these bigger names, they have a course and group calls, and that's about it, right? One of the biggest things that I love about you so much is that you're working in the trenches with us, and you're just so available. I don't know if you are now, but for me, you were very, very available, and I think it was that fast feedback
Well, that's
and
what it
at the speed
needed.
that
Like,
has
it's really kind
drastically
of,
helped.
it's
So
kind of
very
a turnaround job, which is like, it's come in, really what you're paying for is the execution. Which
Oh,
is like,
100%.
this is the model that I know that the business needs.
Uh-huh.
I need all these pieces to get spinning properly. I've had a lot of experience with seeing those pieces in action.
100%.
Come in, build it, get it like spinning, and then move our closer now, our top producer, into manager, and now kind of build out our team underneath them. And I would say, I mean, from my perspective, having worked in the trenches of that, it was a good deal of work, to be frank. I would say there's a good period of time where, not a good period of time, really, it's like 30 days, really. Talk about it being a long period of time. It just felt like long in the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it was everything, all the support, all of the training, all the development, all the
I
management.
mean, now it's what? You're just preventing me from making dumb decisions.
All I do is tell you not
It's
to.
like, don't do this. You're going to destroy your business.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good. Well, so yeah, I would say that's. That's the experience with that. Or if you have any
Absolutely.
closing notes.
It's changed my life, and I know this is corny because I watch testimonials as well, and I think it's stupid. But we went from being very not profitable or not profitable at all to making more profit than I know what to do with. I mean, now I'm looking at toys that
I was a car rental business.
Yeah. Now we're using the money from this business to go buy other businesses, buy real estate. And Caleb probably wonders, like, damn, I shouldn't have made him so much money because he's gonna go do stupid stuff with it. But me,
Or I should have pardoned myself better. One of the two. But.
yeah, but that's a topic for another day. but yeah, genuinely, I'm just very, very grateful for Wiley who connected. I'm grateful for you to closing. Because if not, we would.
That was an intense sales call. But also, I think you worked hard for really all of it and everything, and as much as it took to kind of learn and adapt the mindset and understand how it all goes. I mean, I would say I gave a lot of the ideas and the execution. It was on you to kind of follow through, and there was a lot of kind of figuring out how to collaborate at first.
Oh yeah.
But now you've gotten the collaboration piece down, and yeah, just sunny days ahead. But yeah, with that, it's been real. And if you guys have any, if you're considering working together, either me as a consultant to you or potentially coming in to do what I was able to do for Ben, then yeah, you know where to reach me. It should be somewhere around where you're seeing this. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.
Bye.